Red Gutter Guy Critiques. In this series we go through various things and I critique them as best I can. Okay, so this is a thread on Reddit, a link to that will be down in the description. Holy shit, Benji! Just in time. Yeah. Literally just in time. Okay, so I saw this post on Reddit by Benji, who's actually joined us in the chat. Welcome to Follow the Tell. Okay, I don't stream that often. It kind of depends whether I have like stuff to do. And if you do like the Tell, follow me not just for me, but for the Zegling. Okay, so it's called Can Somebody Cast Review This Game? Edit, I'm playing in Goal League. Okay, got really stuck there. It happens. Goal is a hard battle. I just played a game that was wildly dumb and describes about a third of the games. I have a bio build based on vibes brought to GM guide. Good guide. My opponent rushes BCs. At least you're Terran, yo. Zerg BC rushes are so in the meta. I immediately counter with Thor and Vikings, and I'm the lead for 25 minutes. Oh boy, this is a long game. The thing is that every time I move out, they jump into my base. Even after I knock down like 6 BCs, they jump in with 6 points. Like, what the fuck? Why do they have so many BCs? They probably have 6 starports or more. I never closed the deal. I ended up losing in a base trade about 38 minutes. Ooh. I now know I'm going to be here a while. But no matter. I watched the replay. I am just disgusted that I lost to this. Oh, I know that feeling, man. Or lady. I don't discriminate. Okay, here's the thing. I'll gladly take advice. If someone in the community is willing to give it, it seems that I've hit a wall at this level. Now if you hit a wall, bring more siege tanks. Take a look. What do you think is going on here? Alright, so this is the way we're going to do it. We're going to take a look at the replay. Then we are going to go and read like the rest of the comments in the video and see if there's been any updates, but let's not spoil ourselves. Something really important that this person, Mr. Benji, did is that he actually sent a replay. Most of the time I see on Reddit or in any other forum, it's like, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? Okay. The honest response is send the damn replay, because then we actually know what's going on. We can actually see what went wrong. If you watch Harstom's is it inborn, do I suck the balance complaints, like they can sound so elegant, you look at it, it's like, what the hell are you doing, man? Or it's like, this is not true. And you see Harstom just like pulling his hair out and stuff. Okay, but he did send in the replay, so let's jump into it. Okay, load up the game, switch the scenes, and fix the camera. By the way, Benji, if you have any comments or stuff, feel free to let me know. This will eventually get uploaded to YouTube, but you know, for now it's Twitch. And you're gonna see the game live. Come back. Alright, so spawning at the top of 2K Atmospheres. The person said in the replay, it is from Clan Benji. Benji! And the opponent that Benji's complained about, it is Evan. Alright, so as I mentioned, I'm going to take some inspiration from Harstom, and while we wait for the game to get up, we'll get into to see whether the build order is crisp, whether it makes some sense, and how we could go from there. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. Hell, I've seen gold players with like really bad build orders, so this is certainly a promising start. Dude, I was watching a silver game the other day, and the guy did, okay, low ground wall against Zerg, which, okay, fine. He then adds on 3 depots before CC. Holy crap. Yeah, getting a guess now in TVT makes sense. Benji's not doing that. I used to do this a lot actually. I'm gonna be, when I play Terran next time, I'm gonna be trying to switch my build in TVT. I actually realized that, okay, I used to do this a lot because it allows me to get a Reaper at the factory ASAP, and that's good, that's fine. But I actually realized from my Terran mentor, okay, it's going in base, okay, oh, super fast CC. Oh, I need to see how this plays out. The Reaper should get like at least 3 SCV kills. Okay. Okay, fine. Risky play. You factory, but okay, never mind. This is still fine. Okay. Where's the Reaper? Wait, what? There's no Reaper? What the? Bro. Hey, alama, bro. Dude, you said a Reaper, now he's got nothing. You beat the Marine. Yeah, I honestly, my brain autopiloted and I thought you got the Reaper. And then I honestly saw like the SCV come across the map. Oh, that was the SCV. I thought that was a Reaper. He had nothing. You could kill at least 3 SCVs. Maybe 4, maybe 5. Like, he had no gas. Yo, this is a gigantic mistake. And here's the thing, when you play TVT, and I don't know if this is your standard build, Mr. Benji, or Miss Benji, is that you always get the Reaper. Like, because if the enemy goes Reaper, or if the enemy is doing like some 2x nonsense, you can't hold it. Like, the standard build order is, this is not a standard build order anyway, like, okay, forget Evan for a second. Like, honestly, the build order is Reaper, Reaper, Hellion, Hellion. And then you get like a certain number of Reapers and Hellions, normally 3, some 4 players go 4. Then you get a Cyclone. Then you get a tank. The reason you get a Cyclone is that if they go fast, well, one reason is micro, but if they go fast starport, you can shut it down. He's gotten his base a lot faster than you. I do like the orbital commands. I completely disagree with Planetary Fortress. By the way, the reason you don't go Planetary Fortress in your natural is that because the natural is so defendable with a single choke point that one tank can hold off any aggression there. That's why you don't do this. You don't do this. You've also scouted very little. I would have liked if oh, hey Nameless, welcome back. Nameless, my Zerg mentor. What's this? Starport. Okay. Okay, he's getting his fusion core. You have not scouted any of this, by the way. There's been no harassment, there's been no Reaper, there's been no nothing. This is very worrying because if a BC surprises you out of the blue, you're gonna take painful losses. So that's certainly something you want to take note of. Okay, you're SCVing. You've got 5 more SCVs than him, even though you haven't killed anything. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. It's all good. Double eBay. Another barracks, okay. This is diverting pretty hard from the build order. Normally, in most Terran versus Terran, you want to get at least 1 Raven. Reason being is that Ravens are so much better. This explains a lot. This explains a lot. I wanted to wait for the BC to attack, but number 1, the BC may not attack yet. Number 2, oh, the poor SCV got trapped. Oh, look at that guy. It's like, what do I do? 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 Oh, he's even hotkeyed, so he's like, I've got the order, I can't get out. Okay, but anyway, come back to the Raven. If you got to the Raven, by the time the BC got across the map, either by teleport or by that, you could have thrown down the interference matrix and you stunned the BC. You're going medevac! This is very far from the standard Terran, the Terran build order. I'll get it later. Yeah, no, but that's not the point. You get the Raven first. Because if the guy does like a super quick tank push with no air support, the Raven shuts down the tanks as well. Okay, oh, you rescued him. I like this move. I gotta keep an eye on this guy, but he'll get lost in the fog. By the way, your float, like, by now you should have had a 3rd base. Okay, it's under construction. Fair enough, I guess. You're getting stem, fair enough. More tanks would have been good. Okay, you're loading up for a job. What? Okay, he hasn't sent his BC across the map. Okay, here's the thing. If he sent his BC across the map, he could kill 10 SCVs and you have nothing to stop him. The Marines... In fact, he could have won the game, in my opinion. What's your unit count? Yeah, he could have potentially won the game if he had sent the BC across the map immediately, because with 19 Marines, okay, if he stands at the edge and shoots the Marines, he could just whittle them down. Maybe with Medivacs, yeah, but it would have been such a bad trade. Okay, but here's the thing, you don't know anything about him, like you didn't know he was going BCs until, well, until probably this drop got here. Like you could have thrown down a scan, Reaper would have been very helpful.
Upgrade complete.
He also had nothing to stop a Reaper from coming in and scouting something. If it was a Marine, it'd be crying. Okay, so now you know it's BCs. You saw the BC, you know what's going down. He's floating a lot of money, by the way. Like, this guy could have been on 4 bases right now, and that's a far more scary BC player. Okay, so now you know it's BC. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, turret. Okay, that's a start. Another starport. Oh, okay, that's something as well. This needs to be doing something. Okay, so here's what I do if I notice the opponent's going BC. Again, I'm in Diamond 3, so I'm not Masters. The Masters player will probably give you a much better response than what I'm about to tell you. But this is what I do, because BC is actually quite weak in TVT. Especially, you scouted it, right? You saw it was 2 starport BC. Yeah, you saw 2 starport BC. Is that I would get a starport and produce Ravens. I'll get another starport, produce Vikings. Lots and lots of Vikings. I'll also produce like a handful of Cyclones, because the amount of damage a Cyclone does is insane. The amount of damage a Viking does is self-explanatory. The Ravens are the key. Because with Interference Matrix, the BCs can't jump in. The BCs can't jump out, and that's a big deal. Because each BC is a command center and then some because of gas. Missile turrets, okay, I like this. Thors, okay, that's something. The other thing I see if they're going BCs, or honestly if they're going for mech, what you should be doing is you should be expanding like crazy. Immediately go up to 4 to 5 bases, and here's why. Because if they're playing mech, they have no way to directly threaten your bases without risking a huge chunk of their army. Like you're going bio, you've got, you know, your upgrades are on point, so okay, they're pretty good. The thing about bio is that you can send in like, this is a Zergling, but still, you can send in like 20 Marines, and then 20 Marines against like a base, and then they go. But if they're going mech, they need to get like something way bigger and way stronger that I don't have a visual in unless I use my Orc over there. I'm not joking about the Orc. It's gonna be such a huge risk, so you can easily like take this base, and this base. They can't do that much to stop you. They can send Hellion run-bys, but they can't really stop you. The exception is if you're playing against battle mech. Yeah, you need way more than this. You could easily go 4 starport, to be honest. The other thing you could do, and this is a bit of a tall order, is that you can start hitting his bases. You could do like a marine drop. Like, think about it, 3 medevacs worth of marines, even against a tank and against a planetary fortress, it'll take it down, provided the BCs are not there. The idea of bio against these kind of BCs is that you want to keep throwing the cheap minerals away to stop your opponent from getting to preferably 4 bases. Like, a mech player can take 3 bases, yes. Okay, so first of okay, never mind your Thors are not in high explosive payload, but here's another issue. You have no idea that the enemy is right outside your door. Right outside your back door, for that matter. Like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if you just took this. I don't know. First, okay, you should have seen this coming. The thing I was gonna advise was that you should have spotter marines out across the map. This is something I do when I play Zerg, which is that you need to have Zerglings around. Okay, this is not the right mode. You don't have enough Vikings, but you're doing. Oh, you actually get a BC. Okay, he doesn't Yamato, so his micro is also a bit shit. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, you change it. He leaves, no losses. That's good. Again, so this is where the Raven. Again, having a Raven would have been even. Oh, he jumped these, did he? If he jumped these, I'd be very, very happy. Because, what's your Viking count? 10. If I had 12 Vikings, no, just chase this. Especially the Vikings. You'll be able to take this down. Yeah, you catch the BCs, you'll destroy them. You're not making Vikings right now, that's a mistake. He's still making a BC, you're not making any Vikings. He remembers now to Yamato, okay. Like, you could have had 4 more Vikings in this fight and at least take down 1 more BC. I understand it's frustrating. You also need way more access. You're floating, well, honestly, enough money. You're floating more money earlier because you did take this base. He's floating a lot of money as well. He could have been on the 3-4 bases. He's adding more starports. Okay, so here's the thing about a guy, your opponent. And trust me, they exist and there are worse ones out there. The ones that scare me are the more competent ones that will go like 3 starport BC and then transition into mech. Then they have like a very strong all-round army, but that's not the case here. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I like the move out. Okay, you get a base, you knock him down a peg, that's something. You're currently getting harassed, I see. Let's talk about offense and then we'll come back to the defense. So, I like what you did here, giving away your Vikings, obviously not because they are the freaking linchpin in this fight. And then you come home, fair enough. But you should have been doing this earlier and sooner. Heck, why not go and take out this other base? The solution to stopping things like this was honestly a lot of missile turrets, because once you know your enemy's playing BC, you want to get like a whole bunch of missile turrets in your base. And you were floating more than enough money to afford the missile turrets. Your thoughts not in high explosive payload, okay, that's great. Ravens would have shut this down, like again, get 6 Ravens. Shut them down and get the army in. But missile turrets, you want to go overkill, go Widowmine. Not really advised, but missile turrets. At this moment you should build like 5 starports. You've got the resources for it, you take these gases. You got the resources for it. You're not dropping mules. So you could be on. Okay, let's see what the structure count is. I'm not gonna be happy, but I'll do it anyway. 4x, right? Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Like when you're on 4 bases, you want to be on 8 racks. You go 9. You could technically go 12, although that's overkill. You could be on 3 factory and 2 to 3 starport in TVT against mass BC, and you're going bio. Vikings are probably your best bet. In fact, actually getting tanks and sieging this would be better. Like trading out the Thors for more tanks would probably be better. If you're gonna counter this with mech, then yes, you can get Thors. Because Thors beat BCs in a straight up fight, but the BCs have teleport to counter. Again, you did not see this coming at all, so that's on you, buddy. Again, look at the amount of money he's floating. He could have been maxed out. Raven would have stopped that from happening. I mean, he's able to teleport all over the place because you didn't stun it. The counters exist. In fact, if this guy is smart, he'll... Actually, no. Okay. Okay. The thing you do to stop this, honestly, is you split your army. You send like the back 3 Thors over here because that's his only escape path. Like, do you know how happy it makes me? And your Vikings, obviously, which you lost. Like, Hero Marine would have picked up his Thors and drop them here in the medevacs, which you're about to lose. Do you lose them? Do you lose them? Oh no, they're fighting the planetary. I really thought you were gonna fly the medevacs into them. But yeah, you could have picked up the Thors and dropped them here, and then high explosive payload. He's not even building more BCs until this very second. So the thing about gold, and I'm pretty sure that Vibe has... No, I know Vibe has said this, is that to get better, you always want to be producing while the fight's happening. He was not doing that. You were not doing that during the earlier fight. This fight I didn't really see. You're now out of money because he's actually dealt a significant amount of economic damage. He's winning pretty damn hard. He's actually got his upgrades. Now the thing about BCs and carriers, and I understand why they're so annoying, is that it's easier to play because you get these uber powerful units, the BCs, and then you just go. You just get the upgrades for them and you just go. Compared to like tanks where you actually have to micro. Like this is like, look, if this guy was competent, he would have teleported, he would have gotten them away and then repaired them, because it's a lot cheaper and more time efficient to repair than to do this. You don't have any tanks, your factories are sitting idle, your barracks are sitting idle, your starports are sitting idle. Macro is a key factor to this because again, BCs trade incredibly... You probably should have just base trade, it'll save you the heartache. BC trade incredibly efficiently, so you need to have more. This applies more. This applies always for Zerg. Is that it's okay to trade inefficiently as long as you stop them. Okay, that's fine. I like this. Commenting over this edge, no, and the fact that you've got no other Vikings being produced, even though you have starports. You probably should have hotkeys. Again, I switched to the fancy smashy overlay. He's actually giving this away. He could have just left and repaired them. Yeah, he's getting the infrastructure he needs to continue this aggression. Honestly, okay, if this was a more competent player, and I mean this, if he was Diamond or if he was Masters even, what he would have done is that he would have realized, okay, you can't deal with multi-prong harass, I'm gonna do more and more of that. More realistically, what he's thinking is that, oh, I'm just gonna throw BCs at you. Because, again, he's taken the bases, you haven't. And, again, because of you not getting the bases earlier, he's allowed to take the bases, he's allowed to macro up. He doesn't have that much gas, so like, how many BCs does he have? He's got no BCs. Okay, good, destroy this base. Don't fly to the missile turrets, but this is where tanks come into play. Okay, but this is what I mean by bio. You throw away the bio, you remake him really quickly. He's gonna teleport into your base, isn't he? And then you're gonna go home. There we go. Turning around in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. Okay, let's see if this is the go home march. So here's something to consider. You had enough... Okay, you're pushing onwards. Probably better. You had enough money and resources to have an army at home just by virtue of your reinforcements if you had macro. This is why Vibe keeps... hell, everybody keeps saying that macro is more important. Oh, he makes a mistake. He should just keep pushing. Embrace the brace trade. By the way, a more competent Terran would have Yamato these. I'm fairly certain. No, he hasn't used his Yamatos. He should. Okay, the Great Migration begins. He's got a Yamato. I thought that was a Yamato attack run. Oh, this is gonna be painful. He can Yamato down all the stores. Nope. What did he Yamato? A marine? He's got the upgrade leader, by the way. What? You've won. You've won. He's got nothing. You take all your forces right now, your 23 marines, you could destroy all his buildings. Except the planetaries. He was almost hits with his Yamato. Yeah, his Yamatos are pretty inefficient. Again, like he could have sent in the BCs, Yamato all the Thors, and then decided on whether or not he wants to take the fight. If you Yamato all the Thors and got in, he would have destroyed your army. Instead, you come up with an advantage. His two new BCs, I think. Yeah, yes, Yamato. He needs to repair this BC. Yeah, this attack is too late. And you're fighting at the planetary. The planetary is actually doing. Your planetary overall have done more damage to your marines than the BCs have. You're not making Vikings. That's the mistake. You're not making Vikings. You don't have ravens. Even minus the ravens, you don't have Vikings. This should have been a planetary. Okay, fine. You're floating a lot of money. You don't have cash, you should have taken them. But again, those middles could have been a substantial number of marines that you could have used to destroy his, not the base, but destroy the starports, or at least stop them from producing. Oh no, that's your +3 air attack, okay. More Vikings. Get the gas to get the Vikings. Okay. So here's the thing, just now when you took the fight here and he had 2 BCs, if you had gathered up all your forces into a single, you know, you had regrouped into a single military force and you just pushed, you could have destroyed everything here. You destroyed the fusion core, no more BCs for a while. You have a lot of minerals, you have some missile turrets, you need more missile turrets. That's more in the context, okay, he's actually, something's clicked in his head and he's actually getting these bases. This is very important for this late game situations where you just take more bases. And what is this? Oh, you applied to take this base, were you? Why? Why? I mean, the good news about that is that the BCs would have shut it down. You have very little map vision, I can tell. Wait, you knew about this? We could use some help here. Okay, let's watch from your perspective. Wait, the BCs are there. Why are you?
Field depleted.
What?
Mineral field depleted.
We could use some help here.
Okay. You missed out that warning. Could you? Oh, this is bad. Like a lot of your anti-air did not engage the BC. This is still Benji's first-person perspective. Yeah, they're gonna get shuttered by the fortress. This is why you bring tanks to shell the fortress. This part is dumb. Yeah, you're not wrong there. Yeah. Okay, to be very fair, like stressful games, you do make a lot of mistakes, such as this. But again, yeah, the more fundamental issues of the lack of Vikings, the lack of Ravens, this guy is very beatable. He actually got a bit smarter and decided to like spend his middle bank and just throw Marines. A tip to prevent this kind of run by, since something to talk about, is that you just anchor one tank here. Like one tank here, and these Marines have to take so much higher losses. to yeah, losing your Vikings like that, man. Starport's still doing nothing. Starport's still doing nothing. Yeah, so what you mentioned in your Reddit post was correct. He is jumping them in again and again. My honest reaction when I read that was like, okay, build missile turrets and you're done. Because it's good, because it means that you're trading out missile turrets which cost minerals for BCs that cost minerals and gas. What I did... And honestly, if I see... Like, okay, here's the thing. If I'm a player of any race, and the second time, this is important, the second time that they jump into my base, I am very happy because in between me scouting the BCs and me and the BCs jumping, I would have prepared some sort of air force. Or in the case of Protoss, no, in the case of Protoss I would have gotten ground forces, but I would have had some sort of counter. Mass Blink Stalker, I would have Vikings, Corruptors. And here's the thing, if he jumps in, it means he's not jumping out. The first one they jump in because they gamble you don't have enough anti-air. And if he had jumped in his first BC, you might have just lost the game there and then. See, this is why Marines suck against BCs. Like, you need to be able to stem and get under them, but that's actually very difficult. And by the way, you're not building anything, right? Now 7 Marines come out, so there was a window, nothing was being built, but that's the macro. Again, the real issue behind this is the lack of the of a counter of any sort. Here's the thing: if they jump in BCs here, you just send your Vikings and you kill them. The more dangerous one, or what you see the pro players doing, is there's some BCs around the map. Like, he has done that. He has done that. They send BCs like around the map. They get to your base, they destroy a bunch of stuff, and they teleport out, and you don't kill a single BC. Because that is so efficient for them. That is so efficient for them. And so annoying to play against. That's the real crux of that. Okay, you're muling. You do need to have a lot more you do need to have more bases. Like, he's expanding that he could rebuild his economy despite you destroying all of this. Didn't matter as much because he already mined out. But yeah, he's rebuilding the BCs. Just don't have to counter, man. I'm holding out. Like, where's the Raven? Okay, so to summarize at this point, while we wait for the action to heat up again, is that the two counters to this, if you're going bio, is you get Raven, Viking, and then you use your bio to harass with, you know, attack support. If you're gonna go the mech route, mech v mech, holy shit, that's so brutal. If you go mech versus mech, most players will still get Vikings because to chase them into the corners, but when you go mech is when you go Thor. This should have been done literally like 10 minutes ago. No, don't engage the fortune. Okay, you could have taken out one starport. It's one less source of BCs. This is what Chad Grant Games means by 2 toddlers with wet noodles. Yeah, like, he's gonna jump in again, I can tell you that. The only time he doesn't jump in is that this BC had not been repaired. That's a gigantic mistake on his part. The only time he doesn't jump in is that he decides to take this force that he now deems unbeatable and just pushes. Which, to be fair, is you don't have the counter to this. You need tanks, Vikings, and Marines. You don't have that. Well, not in the numbers sufficient. Yeah, see, that's the thing, you can just leave. Just leave. Not a good way. Okay. Alright, I'll be honest, I'm gonna speed this up a bit. We've identified like the key mistakes. Okay, you attack here. He destroys this again. You try and play whack-a-mole. Oh, by the way, here's the thing. If he's gonna attack your base, they're done by now. I just don't realize it yet. Oh no, absolutely. Like, you know. Okay, here's the thing. Like there's always hope he takes like a monumentally bad trade. It's super unlikely, but if you want to play out a game for that, then that's fine. You don't know. Yeah, you don't even know about his side bases, so map awareness is an issue. The reason I stopped is because if he's gonna attack your base, like he did here, never mind what's happening over up there. If he's attacking down here, then don't go here. You need to run an intercept course. Because he's gonna leave, he's gonna attack, then he's gonna turn around, then he's gonna come back home, then you get him! But if you go to, you know, where he was, and then you try, and then he comes back, and then you try and get him, and you'll just miss. Yeah, this is definitely the closing phase of the game. The BC player has the obvious advantage because you can just teleport, like when he's done, he teleports on top of your army and blows it up. He's not making me see, so... Okay, well, yeah, you're not even close. You're not even close to close because you have so much more to destroy that he does. Okay, so let me try and add value to every part of this video. What do you want to do in general in base trade situations? Like the moment you realize that this is a full-on base trade, you need to send SCVs to corners of the map, preferably near near gas geysers, so that you can throw down emergency, like what he's doing to an extent. So you can either throw down emergency bases or emergency refineries in your case, so that you don't lose the base trade via loss of building. I think this is your last building, right? Yeah, he's gonna blow this up and the game's gonna end. Yep, GG. As much as frustrating as this was, there was this term we used to have when I used to do like competitive stuff, not StarCraft, but he sucked. And you let him get away with it. That's one of my mentors said that they all sucked and you let them get away with it. Look, so the idea of this particular game is that you let him get away with that, right? You could have hit his bases with Marines, you could have the counters. I never saw a Raven. Alright, so to wrap this up, let's go back to the Reddit and let us see what the responses were now that we actually know what the game was. Yeah, okay, I've given you a lot of advice. Okay, that person doing a troll build like Streamer Carol who does Planetary Fortress and Raven, so it's fair, they have a lot of practice doing it, not something you have to beat. You should beat it. Like, you might run into discount the ladder again, you should learn to beat it, okay? It's probably even someone who does normal ABCs, it's hard to beat when you attack that it's a base trade, it's a problem. You need to create a new unit comp as Vibes normal simple unit comp, okay? Vibes stop making Hellion, okay. Stop making Hellions, what? I don't agree with Mass Storm because they're not mobile. The BC just run to a dead space, you can't chase them, okay. Okay, just add Vikings, yep, okay, yep, that's definitely correct. The BCs warp in, they're dead, yes. Dude, like when I play, I'm so happy when I see the BCs jump in to my base, like once I have the counter. Example replay, no, we're not gonna do this. I don't like the way you're doing this opening, you're rushing multiple things. Yada 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 yada. Okay, awesome. I've only been watching Vibe onto my current rank. I want to be disciplined on the basics. He's still building Hellbats at this point. Okay, fair enough. I'm not like there is a case to be made for the Thor strategy, but even I mentioned it in the video is that you'd be better off building tanks and Vikings and Raven. Raven. Okay, this is me. This is Bobby. This is Bobby. What? Okay, I mean he's still gonna cast the game, but that's up to him. Okay, so I agree with the majority of what this guy said. The Vikings, yes. I mean, well, that's the thing, right? Like, Vibe plays to... Like, when Vibe did his builds, he generally plays stock standard. There are probably some games where he goes too hard to defend, like cannon rushes or cheeses when he gets cheesed. However, yeah, in a game against this, it's really more Viking, it's expanding faster. And that's the thing. It's a troll build, yeah, kinda. Like, I do know people who have admitted to my face that they do stuff like this because it's a weekend, they just want to have a good time and they just throw BCs. BCs are easier to play than a Marine tank, but they're weaker. They're way weaker because you get enough Vikings, you'll take care of the BCs. Yep, I think that's it. I think we're done here. Okay, great. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. If not, for me, for the Zegling. Nam 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 nam.